It's showtime.
BSnBEER Media, in association with STWF TV, the podcasting network.
Introducing the best in the world! Yeah!
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the show, Best in the World, hashtag BITW. I'm your host, Dale, and with me today, I got my guy, Jay. What's up with you, man?
Man, what's up with you, Dale? How everybody doing today?
Now, all good, man. A good week of wrestling. I'm telling you, like, Triple H ain't missing.
Like I posted in the little group earlier, man. Ever since Triple H took over, man, it's like a whole cookout for the whole WWE wrestling fans everywhere. It's just, man, it's a hell of a time to be a wrestling fan.
Right.
I know I say that every week, but it's true.
Real talk, man. We living in some good times right now. Good time as a wrestling fan. So definitely been enjoying this thing. All right, Chu, checking in. What's up, dude?
So with you too.
Yes, indeed. That's right. Like, share, subscribe. BSnBEER Media and STWF TV. Yesterday, man, we did a nice little special on the NBA draft. We had a ton of people participating in the chat and watching live. Man, it was a ball, bro. You know?
As expected, man, the NBA is constantly changing. It's just like the wrestling world, man. It's constantly changing, you know. And the young guys, you know, that are coming up, they're looking to be better, be the next big thing, the next Michael Jordan or the next LeBron. You know, me myself, I was kind of interested to see if Bronny was going to get drafted day one.
Yeah, right, exactly. That was some more drama. I think everybody's kind of taking their maybe WWE's lead on like building stories up, because no one's better at building up a story for, you know, an event or a matchup or something. So, you know, I think everybody's kind of taking their lead with that thing. So,
yeah, I can honestly say that you know, WWE is the main reason for a lot of places stepping up their game, because I mean, it is the art of storytelling inside of a wrestling ring, you know. So
definitely see Roger Goodell embracing being a heel, you know.
Oh yeah, him, Jerry Jones. Yeah, they got a couple of them that embrace being heels now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all for wrestling. So there you go. So yeah, man, let's get started here. Something just brought to my attention is Jamie Kellner, as he died. This is the former Turner broadcasting executive who canceled WCW back in 2000. This guy was 77 years old.
Gosh, it's a blessing. You know, first of all, I want to say this is the guy who really killed WCW. They did. I know that's a big thing going on right now, but he killed WCW because they needed their head chopped off. The snake just needed it chopped off at that point in time. Wasn't no coming back from the Attitude Era. And like Ted Turner said, Vince was showing too much of the tit. So, you know, it had to be done.
Yeah.
But you know, he's also responsible for like the WB taking off and the CW taking off with their mini shows, man. Like, he was influential to my childhood. Used to run home every day after school, watch WB cartoons and Saturday morning cartoons.
For sure, man. Yes, indeed. I tried to introduce my kid to Animaniacs. They did a reboot. He kind of
Oh,
added a little bit in the reboot, but he would not look at my version at all. Like,
oh no, that was the OG version. That the OG version is the most beloved version. Every time they bring something back, they water it down, man.
yeah. Oh yeah. Bronny is the heel right now. Well, LeBron always been the heel, right? So
He's always been a heel in my book. That's my most hated player of all time now.
since he left Cleveland with the decision, he's been the heel. So
And not even that, how he just messed up Miami completely. So, you know, they haven't shook back yet.
yep.
Can't count the bubble, but
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's look at some AEW stuff. And out of Ring of Honor, we got news finally about Athena's injury. It's an ankle injury, and it looks like she's going to be out at least 6 months. So we're going to see what they're going to do with the championship. They kind of did a little work in the little announcement there. So I don't know what Tony Khan going to do with that.
I mean, if he's smart, I would definitely take a page out of WWE book. The next show, do like a woman's battle royal, or you know, what's the name? I know Forbidden Door. You know, that just is coming up, or it passed.
Yeah, it's coming up Sunday.
Okay, it's coming up Sunday. Try to do something. You know, if you can make a last minute alteration to it, or the shows leading up to the next pay-per-view, do it like how the WWE did the King of the Ring tournament. And then the winner just get the title at the next pay-per-view. I mean, it's smart, it's simple, boost your ratings.
Yeah. Ring of Honor, they will do some tournaments for sure. And then they got nothing but ladies to use for it. So we'll see what happens with that. Kind of bringing back a story that we talked about last week. Well, maybe last week or the week before, one of the two. Buddy Matthews, the injury that he had, you know, you were on it. I will see you were on it. You said this was work, and I was like, well, you know, if it was to work, why did he, you know, do this or do that? Like they could have just had him get jumped in the back, and it would have taken care of everything. But they did what they did, and we saw Buddy Matthews and Rhea Ripley get married over the weekend. So it looks like this was a planned time off for him. So good way to write him off of TV so he can go and get married, and congratulations to him.
Yeah, congratulations to Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews, man. But I hate to say it. In AEW, anytime you take off, that's get added back, you know, it gets recycled to the back of your contract. I know he was trying to go back to WWE. I know he's trying to get back to his wife, but he just kind of messed it up. He just came off an injury, right?
I don't think so. No, I don't think he's been injured in a while. So
it might have been a couple months ago. They just stopped showing him on TV. Something happened. I think they stopped showing the House of Black on TV, and it was just like, "Where's Buddy Matthews?"
Okay.
But you know, like I say, it's a work. I don't understand why they took it to that degree. I guess AEW is just trying to be different. Oh, we're not your typical WWE. We're not gonna jump him in the back. I mean, each his own.
Like, he could have finished the match, and then they could have jumped him in the back, and it'd have been fine.
Yeah, it could have, but you know, AEW like doing stuff the hard way, or a different way.
So yeah. All right. Well, this weekend we have Forbidden Door. So let's talk about this card of Forbidden Door here. So let's start off with, well, I'll be honest, a lot of the Japanese superstars, like I just know them because you know my wrestling fandom has limits, I guess.
You're not the only one. You're definitely not the only one.
I apologize for murdering these names, but it is what it is. We got Tanahashi and the Acclaim versus the Elite in a trios match. I will say I am really enjoying the stuff from the Elite. The new guy. Dang it, I should know this guy's name, but I don't know his name. He's been funny too. You know, like with his little stuff backstage, doing stuff with the Elite. Of course, the Acclaim is always entertaining. So, what's your thoughts on this matchup?
I'm gonna be real with you. I like, everybody knows my stance on AEW, but I like the Acclaim. The Acclaim probably, the best tag team they have right now, in my opinion. The most all around. They got it on the mic, they got it in the ring, and if I'm not mistaken, they got one of the head honchos of the Attitude Era, Mr. Badass Billy Gunn, so as their mentor, and that's just win for me all the way around. The Elite gonna always be the Elite. We love them, we hate them, but again, they VPs, they don't need to win. It'll hurt them more than help them.
Yeah. I like I said, I'm liking the work that they're doing, though, just being the heels that they are. They got shoes to sell, though,
And honestly, I like them as heels because, for every variation of the Young Guns I remember, they weren't really heels. I'm not really counting New Japan, but I'm talking about like in TNA, even when they was in WWE for the little tryout stuff. They were like faces.
Yeah, I'm with two here. I think the EVPs and the Elite they win. I think the Acclaim gonna get screwed some kind of way because the Elite they abusing their power, and so I can see what's happening. That's what I'm going with too. Let's see. Let's look at the next matchup here. We got Dante Martin versus Mark Briscoe versus Takeshita versus Jack Perry and Lio Rush in a ladder match for the TNT Championship. This one, you definitely got some high flyers in here.
Yes.
Fast guys. Mark Briscoe, he don't care about his body. Takeshita has been really good with his ring work. I like the dynamic between him and Don Callis, in a family and everything like that. Lio Rush, of course, he's a great athlete, but I've seen him come and go a million times. I'm just wondering when he's going to go again. But the way I see this match going, I think Jack Perry's going to end up winning because he's part of the Elite, and some kind of way they're going to work into his favor, and he's going to win. What do you think?
Oh, so you just going with the DX in your house type of scenario, where every member of the Young Bucks every member of the Elite, get the dub. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I think Jack Perry is gonna get the win, because it's just a smart move, create more heat, for your EVPs. But it's gonna be very entertaining, man. Like you say, Tamahashi. Wait, is it Tamahashi or Takashi? One of them. Like
gesture.
I love his work. Like honestly, that's what brought my eyes to AEW a little bit more. Like I've been catching the clips, and then I started watching the shows, and he's doing some. Don Callis is a fool, man. Like anybody he stick to, they just They just make it, man.
Yeah, heat magnet.
He's like the Paul Heyman of AEW,
Yes,
you know.
absolutely.
But
I agree.
Lio Rush, if it wasn't for the fact that he comes and goes so much, I would definitely say he would win this because he's doing phenomenal work on the indies right now. And
Okay.
like I just love Lio Rush. Like I didn't understand. I understand that WWE didn't know how to use him or didn't have any room for his talent, but man, Lio Rush is a character, man. Like even when he goes to the face paint, putting the face paint on, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, look, his ring work is good, and I even like him as a character. I just think he's young, and he's messing up, you know, like because like young people do. Like, it just happens.
Well, it was at first the reason why WWE got rid of him because they say, you know, like you said, he was young and messing up. He was hard to work with. He kept getting into it with people in the
Right.
in the locker room.
Yes, yes. And when you
But
go
I
everywhere and you get into it with people, there's one common denominator, and it's you.
yeah, and honestly, I haven't really heard too many more stories about him. You know, having bad locker room etiquette. But you know, I do follow him on Instagram, and like I say, dude is phenomenal. Like I love high flyers. I love big agile dudes, big meaty agile dudes, and I like short, just acrobat daredevils. You know, and Lio Rush fits that.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, Shawn Michaels was like this when he was young too. But he eventually had to grow up, and once he
Oh
grew up,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the rest is
But
history.
what I say about the difference between Lio Rush and Shawn Michaels is Shawn Michaels was the golden boy. Like he
Yeah.
just, I don't know, you know, it was just he has that stardom. You know what I'm saying? So he had a right. I'm not gonna say he had a right to be cocky, but he had a right to be cocky, if you know what I mean.
Yep. All right. Let's move to the next matchup. We've got Bryan Danielson versus Shingo. I don't know much about this guy, but this is the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. It's a quarterfinal match. So I believe they have some kind of history. We saw them do face to face on Rampage or Dynamite or something like that. I just see Daniels moving on in the tournament because you know the guy's gonna be gone next week. That's what I see. What you think?
Like honestly, that's the truth. You know, as I hate to say it, that's what is the downfall for things like this. You know, you just know they're working for another promotion, so you know they're not gonna most likely be back next week. But I see Bryan Danielson taking it, and you know they do have some type of history. You know, back when he was what was it, the American Dragon over there in Japan. You know, so it should be very entertaining. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Danielson's gonna put on a good match. He's definitely gonna take some bumps and punishment for us because that's what he does.
And to be honest with you, I seen some of the clips of his opponent. He's gonna take some bumps.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys in Japan. I was thinking about being a wrestler when I was a little bit younger. I would never go to New Japan. Never.
Well, they talk about that strong style. So
Hey, I ain't got it. I ain't strong enough. I ain't got heart.
all right, we got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. This is just a regular one-on-one match here. So Zack Sabre Jr., with the catch wrestling stuff. I mean, it's a unique style. Of course, Orange Cassidy is a unique style. It's just a clash of styles here, and we're gonna see how it plays out. Really, the outcome doesn't matter. So I'm gonna pick Zack Sabre Jr. just to kind of balance things out. What do you think, Jay?
I'm actually going with Orange Cassidy. Like, I've been high on Orange Cassidy, since he was on, on the indies. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess he still is on the indies because AEW is considered indie. But I've been high on dude for a very long time, and like I just like that cool style. I ain't never seen nobody just wrestle with their hands in their pockets.
Hands in their pockets, yes.
Like that. I mean, that's bringing the new level to the game, man. Talk about on some R-Truth type of stuff.
I agree that he is really, really athletic to be able to do that, man, and on a consistent basis too.
Right. And like I said, it's gonna be very entertaining. I've seen some of Sabre's Junior's, matches, not many. So the styles are gonna complement each other.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do say about AEW. They do know how to put some talent together in the ring. They might not make it work all the way, but they know how to make it be entertaining.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. So let's see the next matchup. We've got Mercedes Mone versus Stephanie Vaquer. Look like this is somebody from CMLL. She was down there this week. Mercedes Mone was. And they went face to face. I guess they got a little physical, and Mercedes got the best of that matchup, I believe. And so they're gonna have this actual match. So, and they're putting both of the titles on the line: the CMLL title and this TBS Women's Championship. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Mercedes for this one. I think they're going to end up using her in the same way they use Kenny Omega as like a belt collector, and I think she's going to be the perfect person that AEW could send to different promotions, and they'll want to have Mercedes walk around with their title. What do you think?
I completely agree with you. To be honest with you, I didn't really think about it on terms of like the Kenny Omega belt collector thing, but that's smart. You got her, you boasted her up for months. You know what I'm saying? Before she even had a match. I'm so glad she has finally shut up to some degree and started wrestling.
So wrestling
now,
yes.
It is good that she's gonna go down there and win another title, and she's just that face. Ever since she was Sasha Banks, they knew that they can use her in any type of way. You can put her in any situation. Then also, I believe this was worked into her contract as well, because I know when she set out to really depart WWE, she was like, she want to go on all the indie shows, just take over, wrestle any and everybody that she never got a chance to.
Right, and she got injured.
So
first leg of the trip.
Right. Karma finally caught up to her, like, you shouldn't have left like that. But, I'm glad she's healthy. I'm glad that she's finally getting to do what she wanted to do, and that's travel the world in other different promotions and wrestle all these new upcoming women, and even some women that have been around.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Next matchup, Toni Storm versus Mina Sharakor. Listen, I don't want this to end, honestly. I want them all to love each other and just be on camera together and make me happy. That's what I want.
Hey, I love it too, though. I'm this timeless Toni Storm thing. Yes. She has, wow. she has took that and made it to her own.
It can go on forever. I love it.
Yes, like, and that's something like WWE. I feel like they should have did that with kind of like Lacey Evans, but that's another story here and there. But you know, I see Timeless Tony Storm just taking over in the ring and winning, winning a match or whatever. She has she has it, and to me, where are you, Big Breaker? Where are you? Like, where are all these other women that were? Well, I know Thunder Rosa came back, right?
Yeah,
she came back. So it's like, where are all these other women? You know what I'm saying? That was here since day one. Tony Storm needs some challenges, man.
Yeah, for sure. So that's why I'm saying, man. Look, I'm loving the chemistry between her, Mariah May, and Sharapova. Like, I'm loving this. Like, they need to sign her from wherever she is. She comes to AEW permanently.
Well, I do believe they worked together before, didn't they? Weren't they in New Japan together?
They did, because that's why they did. Well, this week when they came out, Mariah May came out with both of them, right? She came out with on first, and then she ran back up the ramp and came out with Sharapova and did like this little dance number they did when they were tag team partners. So it was really interesting. I just loved it all. That's all I know.
Oh. Hey, I can't wait for it. It's definitely a different age in wrestling when you could just, the women stories are more fitting.
Yes.
Let me just say that. It's not
insane.
over sexualized. It's not it's not revealing too much, but it's giving right. It's just enough to grab us men, and even even some women. It's the right move.
Yes. Exactly. I could have said it better, man. Matchup for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. We got Jon Moxley versus Tetsuya. I don't know this guy at all. But apparently, Moxley beat him for this title. So now they got beef, and they're gonna settle it here, Forbidden Door. My pick is gonna be that guy, because if Jon beat him there, he's gonna beat Moxley here. That's how it works. What you think?
Yeah, look, I don't know too much, but again, I know Jon Moxley fits that New Japan style, and it's gonna be a war. I'm trying to think about who that was. That it's gonna be. Jon Moxley is the Ric Flair of this day and age, man. When it comes to he's a bleeder. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a hell of a match. But what JR says, it's gonna be a slobber knocker. He
will bleed for sure. You can count on it. It's a pay-per-view match. Moxley bleed.
It's not. I'm gonna be real. It sells perfectly. It's not like how back in the day it's like, God damn, Ric Flair just all his blood just came out of his body. It's not on those lines, but it's on like they have a reason for him to bleed. Like he really puts his body on the line. So
yeah,
I would love to see Jon Moxley continue to be IWGP champion, but he won it over there, so it's only right that he won it back over here.
Yep. See things the same way here. All right, next matchup should be the main event. Was Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay for the AEW World Championship. I'm very, very afraid of this matchup because, once again, on Dynamite, they had Ospreay in the ring with MJF. He's showing up MJF. There's another story going on. And when you have somebody close to MJF, that he doesn't have the title is it's gravity. And I'm thinking they're gonna take this title off of Swerve, and they're gonna have this big match at All In, be Ospreay versus MJF. That's what I think is going to end up happening. So I think Ospreay wins this one. What's your thoughts?
Okay, I don't normally do this with AEW, but I'm gonna go ahead and go in my bag. Honestly, I'm gonna start off by talking about the match.
Okay.
Will Ospreay, I know the rumors like you just said, but I do see him losing this, but I don't see him losing clean. I see listen to me, MJF coming to the ring and causing a distraction, and then therefore it's gonna be brought up at All In as a triple threat match. And the reason why I'm saying that is because one, that's a moneymaker. Come on now, MJF, Will Ospreay, and Swerve Strickland, like that'll be a hell of a match, and that's a hell of a way for Swerve to solidify his championship reign by beating two of the top stars in AEW.
Yeah,
and far as them taking a title off Swerve, it would be too early. Like we talked about with Damian Priest, like we talked about with Cody Rhodes, it's too early for them to do that. If they do it, well, AEW do some stupid shit, but I don't think they're gonna take it off Swerve.
All In.
I don't think they will, because Swerve is a hell of a champion right now, and he's putting a lot of eyes from the music scene to other celebrities, like just putting it on AEW, and that's what they need.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But Ospreay is the every time that music hits, he's getting that big roar. I'm just like, they're itching to give him the title. And All In, I believe that's going to be his ceremony. And we learned from WWE, home field does matter. Because they're going to give the home crowd something. And if they're going to get the home crowd something in All In, what else is it going to be?
Okay, well, that brings a different factor in there. I didn't know it was I didn't know it was at home. So now it's at home. I can't go again.
Yes.
I cannot go against that. I can't go against that at all. So I still say the triple threat plan, but Will Ospreay taking it home.
I can see the triple threat, and that will make me feel better about it for Swerve, because at least he holds the title until All In. That's what I'm looking for. He can All In.
Yes, and then he could lose it at All In by MJF being pinned. And then, it could continue this rivalry with him and Will Ospreay, and they could maybe take the title off him, or maybe not. It could just be a back and forth thing. But I do like Swerve as a champion out of all those reasons I had just named. So, we just got to see.
Yeah, for sure. We will see. But, I think AEW put together a nice card. It's very stacked. It's probably going to be about 4 hours, so buckle in, nap on Sunday, because you're going to be up late trying to watch it. So make sure you get that nap, man.
Oh yeah, I got to get my adult nap.
Yeah, for sure.
with WrestleMania, man. Get my nap in, because if I don't, I'm gonna fall asleep. The entries are so long. The matches are an hour and a half long. Like, it's so learned on these cards. Not so more with WWE at the moment, because they pay-per-views been kind of short and sweet. But
yeah, give you 5 matches and you out.
And I think it was kind of, they learned from situations, but at the same time, you could bring that, you're getting the same buck for less matches.
Yeah, but it's smart because they're doing the 2-day ticket thing, right? So they give you a SmackDown in the same town, and then they give you the PLE. So that way you're getting at least 10 matches all together in the town, but you get all different.
Let's not forget they do the house shows too.
Absolutely,
they do a couple house shows in the surrounding areas. So that's smart on their part.
Oh yeah, they collect that money.
I wish I could see some of it shoot.
That's what I'm saying. Shoot, I forgot about this drop I just made. So whenever I got something that's a work, I need to do this drop.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Buddy Murphy thing.
Rihanna, tell him it's definitely a work.
There we go.
Speaking on that, Dom, they asked Dom about the wedding photos.
Oh, you talking about real?
They put Dom on the spot.
That's funny. That's so good. Yeah, but I can't wait till Weir comes back. It's gonna be lit. So, but before we get into WWE, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and we're gonna talk about all the happenings in WWE. So check this out.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
AirPods. Convenient and small. AirPods. Versatile with high fidelity. AirPods. Listen to music or talk on the phone. AirPods. Now with concealable subwoofer. Now drop that bass.
We are back. Best in the world. Hashtag BITW. We're about to get into some WWE talk. So let's do that, man. What'd you think about SmackDown, Raw, NXT? Hell, what's been your favorite show this week? How about that? I should ask that from the starters.
This week? Oh man. Well, this week, the past week.
So starting from SmackDown, since we did our show on Thursday.
Okay, so starting from SmackDown, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's gonna have to be SmackDown.
Okay.
I'm an OG SmackDown dude. I'm talking about original Fist. Like, I'm very proud of the product that it is today, especially seeing from where it came. And man, I've been talking about it for months, and he finally debuted. And if you ask me, he couldn't debut no better way than on SmackDown. And the person I'm talking about is Jacob Fontu.
Yep.
And man, he looks good. He lost a lot of weight. He got into shape. Like, he really took that time to prepare for his debut.
Yes, he did.
Oh, man, I'm scared of the bloodline. I'm scared. Because you got the dangerous Tonga brothers. You got the dangerous Jacob Fontu. They call him the Wild Man. You have Solo Sikoa. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, the only thing that Roman Reigns and the Usos got on them is the prestige in the WWE. Because these guys, man, they got they could be probably the stable of all time.
Yeah. Yep. So
if WWE could work it right.
Yeah. How would you book this new bloodline coming up here? That was Jacob.
Hell, that's okay. This might be a little bit long because you got to put the pieces together. How I would book this, right? You have Money in the Bank coming up. Okay, so usually they do some quiet shakeups along the way, and one Jey Uso is in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
I could see him. I could see him winning Money in the Bank, right? And actually, it's two scenarios. I could see him winning Money in the Bank, going cash in on Cody Rhodes, and actually winning his first major title, well, first single title in WWE. And well, really three ways, because I'm thinking about the Austin Theory effect that happened when he won Money in the Bank, which was weird because they did that for the first time for some reason. If you don't cash in on Cody, he could cash in on what is that, the US champion over there?
Yeah.
Who might be Logan Paul or might be LA Knight. We're gonna talk about that. And that's a way to just bring him back to SmackDown, right?
Right.
Or he can cost his opportunity at Money in the Bank by Solo, because Solo is just taking out every Samoan member in the WWE just to dominate, to show them dominance, for turning their back on their lineage. That's kind of how I would book it, like make him like a hit squad to where you're forced to bring Roman Reigns back. You're forced to put the Usos back together, because whether we like it or not, I'm not going to say the tag team division is any lesser because the Usos not together, but you put the Usos together, you got the Usos. You can put them against the Tongas. You could put them against DIY. You can put them against all these other teams. And then usually when one team break up, another team forms. And I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, right. So I would say my favorite show of the week has been Raw. Probably like 2 weeks in a row. Last week we had the 6 deal, and this week now we've got the crap going on with Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day. And I think Liv Morgan has just been phenomenal.
Yes,
she's got the title, just absolutely phenomenal. So,
yeah, and I'm right there with you. Like, that would have been my second show, like Raw. I am so interested. I'm on the edge of my seats because of the fact that Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, and what's his name? I can't never think of his name.
JD McDonough.
JD. They were posing at the end on the ramp at the end of Raw.
Yeah.
Like Finn Balor just, shrugged his shoulders. El Champion is not gonna like that.
Well, so this is where I kind of see this going. I think what we're gonna end up seeing is Liv moving into the Judgment Day, Rhea moving out of the Judgment Day, and Damian Priest moving out of the Judgment Day. That's what I see happening. Because now,
it was.
Liv went and just helped everybody. She's basically handing out money.
Yeah, she's basically taking mommy's spot. I can agree with you on that. But what I will say is, I've seen reports that Rhea Ripley might not be when she comes back, she might not be in contention for the title. It might just put her with whatever is going on at that time.
She definitely coming back. There's no way she's not coming back for Liv. Yeah, they got to do that.
I mean, they gotta do that, but you know, WWE be having to do a lot of things, and they tend to drop the ball, you know. But Triple H era, he haven't really dropped the ball as much, so we hopefully that's gonna be that. But that's the storyline that they going with. This the main storyline right now. So it, like I said, depending on if she's out, which is gonna be, you know, past SummerSlam, they say most likely she will be. She might not be in the title picture. So what I'm thinking is they're going to take the title off of Liv Morgan at some point. But far as that,
maybe without the title, then
yeah, just come back with a vengeance and then work her way up the ladder again.
The whole story has been I want to take everything from Liv. Now,
but look, let me speak upon that now. Now, a few weeks ago, we seen Finn Balor take that room key.
Yeah.
So what if she's really not? She's pulling the work on down, but she's really after Finn and JD and the rest of Judgment Day, which she knows she's not going to get El Champion. So basically, she's going to take Finn, JD, and maybe possibly add someone else into the mix. Therefore, you will have that breakup that they've been teasing for at least a year now between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. And then you'll have Mommy, Dom, Priest. I don't know what the hell going on with Carlito. That's just, I'm still trying to understand that.
Carlito has been entertaining, bro.
He has, but it's like it seemed like they took R-Truth out and put Carlito in.
Well, yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
You know, I would have just preferred R-Truth, but you know, I mean, just being honest. So I just see them going to war. Judgment Day versus Riot Squad.
Look at this crap, man. Carlito.
Now that's cool.
Look at what you said. Oh, that's cool.
Like he be. I'm not gonna lie. He do not miss that mark. Like he do not miss it. And that's one thing I liked about Carlito back then. You know, he never missed that mark.
All right, Aaron. What show has been your favorite this week? We're starting from SmackDown.
Tough.
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown was good.
Mm-hmm.
That Bray Wyatt or Wyatt 6
Yeah.
interview was, yeah. Like if you ever lost somebody that you cared about, Oof.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I cried. Like it really teared me up. Like that was a fire promo.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to beat. But you know, and SmackDown and Raw have both been good, but I'll tell you, NXT's been good lately. They're kind of hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
I'm really loving the TNA crossover stuff.
Yes.
I hope it continues.
Absolutely.
And would love to see other stars. I mean, you know, I think we talked about it last week. I would love to see Josh Alexander show up in NXT, have a North reunion.
Which version of Josh Alexander?
Yeah, I know.
I have to be the walking weapon.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'd want.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'll say this about the Judgment Day. They either, first of all, Carlito, I don't get that shit either. I don't. It makes no sense. It's like they didn't have anything else for him to do, but everybody loves him, so they had to stick him somewhere. But I will say this. At least when R-Truth was doing it, he was making the Judgment Day money. Like,
yes,
he was selling merch. he was bringing in some. Carlito ain't done nothing, like nothing to earn his keep.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. He got his ass whooped.
Yeah, that's true. But and I'm glad to see Finn Balor with a title again, even though it's with JD McDonough. I feel like they want us to like JD McDonough, but I mean, dude will sell his ass off. I'll give him that. But other than that, if he wasn't in the Judgment Day, he is just bland. Like there is nothing about him that's like that stands out. That like there's no character work hardly. He's just there. I mean,
Yeah,
but
his whole character in NXT UK was like, I'm weird. And
Yeah,
then
but I'm a badass weird.
fits.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of an oddball.
Now, see, you know, him and Ilya Dragunov, that was some of the best work I've seen, like out of the two. You know, that whole saga. So I mean, he can go in the ring now. I give him that.
Are they ever going to do anything with NXT Europe? Have they killed
Oh,
that?
yeah, they killed that. They killed that maybe 3 years ago.
Well, they they shut down NXT UK, and they kept talking about NXT Europe, and then NXT Japan, NXT Japan, NXT Mexico, and they haven't done any of it. So
yeah, they have. They made the moves for the first couple of moves for NXT Asia or Europe or whatever the hell it's gonna be called, and they got they first class whatever they called for the new developed stars.
Oh, okay.
Coming in, I think a few months.
this is
Yeah.
side note.
Remember when we were going on that buying spree with the buying companies?
This is kind of a side note to all of it, but did y'all see that Mace and Mansoor are going to AEW?
What? No.
Mason
Yeah.
who?
Mansoor.
Mansoor.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think they're going to
They just
AEW.
desperate. AEW is just desperate at this point.
Hey, I said this on the chat the other day. I was watching Dynamite the other night. Doesn't it look like the Gates of Agony are what you get if you order the Bloodline off like Temu or Wish? Because like they're Samoan, but they're not really related to anybody that you would probably ever heard of. So like I don't know. And they're big and like they're tatted up, but they're not. Yeah.
That AEW is just trying to capitalize off of the success, which WCW did it back in the day. They're just trying to capitalize on that success of the Samoan dynasty right now. This is a hot factor.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, speaking of the Samoan dynasty, we lost Sika, the father of Roman Reigns. He died just a couple of days ago. So, rest in peace to him. Definitely our thoughts with Roman Reigns and the family. So
we got to get a 5 bells.
Oh yeah.
Bells sound, because Sika was one of the first tag team matches that I seen. The Wild Samoans. Like sitting down with my grandfather, he taped a lot of the old, matches. Like I said, I'm only 32. I've been blessed to be here 32 years, but I've been watching wrestling like all centuries of wrestling. My grandfather introduced me to them, and like it broke me to my core because, like I said, he was probably one of the first wrestlers that I was introduced to, and one of my favorites, along with Jimmy Snuka and Junkyard Dog. And man, like it hurts, like just to see where like Roman said, their family has so much prestige, but at the end of the day, he's still a father. He still has a lot of work that he does outside of the ring. Like how Roman, he lost his father and he went to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like these guys do so much things, and they're so unselfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you. Rest in heaven, and one day we'll see you up in the big sky wrestling Andre the Giant or somebody.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. The Wild Samoans were, I mean, I remember seeing kind of like you. I'm 44, but it was still a little young for me. But I do remember seeing them. They were the Wild Samoans, and went to WCW. I think they were the Samoan SWAT team. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just amazing. I will say this about, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it and just kind of going back in my mind, whenever, like, and I hate to be corny and use it, but whenever somebody from that bloodline, from that Samoan dynasty, I mean, you go back to, Alpha and Sika, you go back to Umaga, you go to Rikishi, you go to Yokozuna, they always made a huge impact. Remember Jamal and
Yes.
Rosie, that 2-minute warning or whatever? Like, they
Yes.
just come to the
Yes.
wreck shop and leave like that, and even Roman
That was Roman
Reigns.
brother.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that whole, like, they've all known how to make an impact and make a statement. I mean, really, if you think about it, they all did it in their own way.
Yes.
So it really is cool to see. But yeah, definitely, thoughts and prayers to the family. That's a horrible thing to have happen. But I
Yes.
was thinking about this. His father got to see, you know, that
Yes.
whole
I've seen that
entire
before.
run. The
Yes.
only thing
Yeah.
that I
Right.
hate that he didn't get to see will be the minute that he comes back, because that roof is
Yes.
just gonna come off. I mean, they're
Mhm.
already calling for him to come back. So when he comes back,
Yes.
and he'll come back as a face, he
Oh
Absolutely.
won't
yeah.
come back heel, and it's gonna be an amazing thing to see.
Absolutely.
And then to branch off of what you said, just he didn't just get to see that whole run. He got to see generations upon generations
Yep.
really just excel in this wrestling business, man. His or, or something like that. Like
Yeah.
this is just
Definitely
crazy.
to
Like how
see
they
your
like talking about family dynasties.
yes. Yes. Exactly. You definitely want to see your kids exceed you. So uh love it, man. Um there have been talks, well, Triple H said on the Pat McAfee show that there will be changes coming up to Raw. And well, it could be
Really?
WWE in particular. So because they're going to Netflix, of course, and
Mm-hmm.
now you have to bleep the crowd. And so now when they go to Netflix, they don't have to bleep the crowd anymore. They're saying that Raw will be back to 2 hours. And so maybe SmackDown goes to 3 hours as a result of like being on USA. Um, and they're saying it's gonna be edgier and
Mm-hmm.
more censored stuff. So I don't believe WWE will go like really, really far to that side because you definitely don't want to lose the kid audience. But what do you think about this new edgierness back to maybe like the Attitude Era? What you think, Aaron?
It's what they wanted. I mean, let's be honest. There's so much, and it's sad because some of a lot of it they can't control. Crowds go off and they start swearing and saying just all this stuff, and then they have to end up, bleeping and editing and editing and editing, and you get off you get standards and practices out of the picture. You go to, a streaming service. I mean, first of all, I want to say it's pretty cool that they're the first ones to be the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Nobody like AEW. AEW should have done this with Ring of Honor, and they didn't do it. They should have gone to Amazon or somebody when they didn't get a TV deal and say, give me an hour's worth of programming. Not even 2 hours. Do an hour. Whatever. But they didn't do it. And so, I I think Raw's a little bit too long anyway. Um, it just seems to me that, you know, some of it's just fluff. So I don't mind going to 2 hours. Um, SmackDown going to 3. I kind of feel like that's what they've been wanting to do for a while anyway, because it's been the more popular show. I mean, they put their top headliner over there, whether it was Roman Reigns and now it's Cody.
Well, it's USA that wants that third hour.
Yeah,
it's a network.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's maybe they'll find some storylines that'll. I feel like I'm kind of being a hypocrite because like I can't dog on WWE for having a 3-hour show and trying to get everybody in, and then bag on AEW for not getting people in. I kind of feel like, so I don't want to be hypocritical about it because, boy, what I wouldn't give to see a Keith Lee match. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened to him, but him and Ricky Starks, I'm still thinking about that. It's like, God bless. You could build like Ricky Starks is an A+ player and like a 5-tool guy. Like you could build a roster around Ricky Starks. Young, got the look, can talk, knows how to move, knows how to work in the ring, sitting at home. Meanwhile, I have to watch somebody that I mean, just pick something. Half of them I don't even care about. I got to watch MJF beat up a guy whose name I can't even pronounce or spell.
Right.
And meanwhile, Ricky Starks is sitting at home. And, they really make it seem like New Japan's world title, heavyweight title that Moxley has, they make it seem like it's more important than their own title. Well, I know we're talking about Raw, but
I would say it is.
I have thoughts on AEW.
Oh man.
I am going to say this though. I was thinking about this for the better part of a day. Could be wrong. This whole learning tree thing that Jericho's doing? It could work. It really could work because, like, he's doing it well now as a heel, but when he finally flips it and he does it and he goes babyface with it, and he calls all the freaking people in the crowd his little branches and all that, they make the T-shirt. Like, serious, it could work. It could really work. He could be onto something. But Tony Khan's running it, so who knows?
I would say it's something right, but Jericho he has mentioned that he has a little bit more creative freedom with Tony Khan. He has that relationship to where Tony Khan will come ask him things and he'll let him try things. But this version of Jericho, we have seen this version before. It just was called something else in WWE. When Chris Jericho came back and he had like this, he had cut his hair or whatever for the first time.
Yeah.
It was that.
Yeah, he needs to cut his hair again. I'm sorry. Well, like, he looks like an old, out of shape rocker.
Get off my lawn.
Like if Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue wanted to wrestle, like I kind of feel like that's the vibe he gives out sometimes. It's like, man, come on now. Even Metallica cut their hair. Cut it, man. It's getting gray. You know it is. Just, I don't know. I think he rubs it in John Cena's face that he got hair and Cena's losing his. But,
Well, yeah. All right. The announcement came from Triple H too, about Indianapolis reaching a deal with WWE. They're pretty much going to have all of the main PLEs. They're going to have Royal Rumble in 25 and in 26. They have SummerSlam and WrestleMania both days. Big for Indiana sports. But it's in the middle of the country, so maybe it's big for wrestling fans in general. What you think, Jay?
Indianapolis is a city with so much prestige, and I didn't know that they never had a WrestleMania there. You know, I guess there's a lot of major cities that never had a WrestleMania or even Royal Rumble. Hell, I'm still waiting for New Orleans to have the Royal Rumble, but
They had it before. I went.
not Royal Rumble.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, it must have been before I was of age to buy my own tickets.
I went for sure.
Because I know I've been to Extreme Rules when Jeff Hardy lost his WWE title to Edge. They also had the 2 WrestleManias, and then Raw and SmackDown throughout the years. But I didn't know they had a Royal Rumble. I had to go look for that one.
Yep. At the New Orleans Arena, 2001.
Oh yeah, that was before I was able to buy a ticket on my own.
Yep, that's what it was. So,
Okay.
I remember Kane scaring the crap out of us, bro, when he came out with that damn fire.
I can imagine. Definitely can imagine. Some people say, the heat is just so extreme.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. It's crazy.
But I'll tell you this.
Yes.
Now that Indy's done that, look for other major cities to follow. New York, Vegas, LA.
But they already got the deal with
Boston,
Vegas.
and Philly. That'd be my top 5. Maybe Miami, but definitely my top 5 there because they've already sold out Vegas and just went crazy there. They pretty much own New York. I mean, Stanford's right at their back door. So, the Garden's a mecca for wrestling. So definitely there. If this is the start, like I could easily see it. And that way they have a schedule. Boom, 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 boom. You're not bidding for one, you're bidding for the big 4. Possibly maybe, a lower tiered like Money in the Bank or something like that to throw in as well to sweeten the pot a little bit. But I could definitely see that could be an avenue that they go down and just really start locking up venues.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it'll be all around better because.
That year.
Oh, my bad, there.
He eliminated Kane to win the Royal Rumble 2001. So, yeah.
Who? I didn't hear you. I was talking about
Stone Cold.
Oh, so did.
Royal Rumble that year.
So did. But that deal, like, that'll be better for us, like, having a better schedule. You'll be able to rest your wrestlers better in that case, and you'll be able to already know, look, I need a team down there August 16th for SummerSlam, so already start building the rank, making sure the tight ropes are just in per working condition, so I think it should improve the brand all the way.
Yep. The other thing we saw happen this week, we saw the attack from the Wire 6, and we knew for sure that Chad Gable was dead.
Oh my God.
Full soul death. Okay, and he appeared to work on Raw, and basically
with a freaking bullet hole in his head.
Yes, basically, Cody Rhodes was out 6 months with a torn pec.
Yep.
Yeah, Triple H was out with a torn quad. Chad Gable was death and was out 1 week.
Well, they forgetting Rey Mysterio too, because Rey Mysterio, he died for like 2 weeks. Then he came back.
Rey Mysterio got thrown off the building. Money in the Bank.
And look,
Yeah,
and this
I
the
forgot
crazy
about
thing.
that.
I did too. This the crazy thing. I actually passed. Like, I don't know if you all have seen it or actually been to it, but the tower, they call it Titan Tower, I think,
Yeah.
in Connecticut. Man, it's right there as soon as you cross the state line in Connecticut, and that building is high as hell. So trying to sell Rey Mysterio, no disrespect to the great, 4'11", whatever he is, you throw him off a building that high, he gonna splatter.
Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 stories, isn't it? Like, it's pretty tall. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's taller than that.
you can't just jump off and be like, okay, well, just twisted my ankle. Like, no.
And then
But
you got this Gable with a bullet hole, man. Like it clearly said on Google he was dead.
Yes, he's dead.
this is like when Mabel gave birth to Mark Henry's hand or whatever. Like, it just didn't make sense. It's like he died, but next week he's back. It's like a Days of Our Lives soap opera or something or other.
Yes.
Man, it's worse than Vince McMahon. I know we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but it's worse than Vince McMahon getting apparently blown up in the limousine and then coming back the next week.
Okay, but I kind of understood that. We could forgive that one. We can't show limo blow up anymore because of 9/11. So,
but guy, I mean, as far as the spot, I still didn't like the spot. Like, I understand you just signed Gable to a contract, but man, he didn't have to win that one. I mean, I would have loved to see Bronson Reed in his first Money in the Bank. Put some more new blood in there, some fresh blood in there.
Yeah, I agree.
How they used to have Kofi Kingston in all of them, and then Kane in all of them, and who else was in all of them? Man, I can't think of who else was in all of them. And how they just eventually worked them out. It's time to work a new crowd in. Like, me, myself, I would have loved to see This is the perfect spot for Ricochet to be a part of.
Yeah, Ricochet would probably have been in there. But I will say so far they have been doing that. So if you saw the triple threat matches, the person who was already in the ring on all these matches won.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
You can also kind of like look at the 3 in the ring. It's like, okay, well, he's not going to win because, and he's not going to win because, so it's got to be, So you've been able to kind of, at least I have, like the past couple, I'm like, okay, Gable's probably going to win. And it's like, for the mere reason, I mean, the man pulled the act that we ain't seen since Jesus and came back from the dead. So if he can do that, I'm pretty sure he can win a match against 2 behemoths that are probably going to beat the crap out of each other, and he'll just pick up the slack. But,
Right. You can pick up the scraps.
That new stable with him and
the Creeds? Oh my God.
That's going to be good.
Woo, that's Team Angle all over again.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I'm a big Team Angle fan. Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Hot, man, they got the potential to be way better.
Yeah.
So with them putting Carmelo Hayes and Andrade in the Money in the Bank ladder match,
I love that.
They're forcing themselves to use new talent. So I like that.
Yes. And then also, like, who the hell thought that Bianca Belair was going to lose that match to Chelsea Green?
Exactly. This was so good.
Statements right now,
I pop so hard for
they're making some bold statements. I mean, it's not to hurt. Me too. I was watching it in the truck, man. I damn near jumped out the window. Like, because honestly, I like Chelsea Green. I like her. She's a little annoying, but I like her.
Perfect.
Yes.
She's annoying. She's an opportunity.
Yes.
She's like the female Miz. Like the Miz was like the perfect,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She'd be a good one.
She even got the bodyguard. Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't even think about it like that. She is the female Miz.
Either her or Tiffany Stratton. Either one would be great, and I like them both. I really do.
Yeah,
I
me
know
too.
I've said in the
And then
past. I told Dale that Tiffany Stratton was just Charlotte Flair without a rich dad and famous one,
it is. It
but
is. It is.
but man, she's come a long way. Like she's gotten personality. Her ring work's gotten better. Like she's
Yes.
like I'm impressed. That moonsault she hits. I mean, is it Christian
Ooh, it's better than
ridiculous? No,
EOS.
but it's good. I mean,
It is real good. And honestly, like I'm waiting for this because her idol is coming back real soon. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait for the Spider-Man meme when they go ahead and have a match because I know they're gonna do it.
yeah, it'd be
I
cool.
know it's gonna be Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Haddish. Oh, I said Tiffany Haddish. Lord have mercy.
If you get this one right, Jay, I'm telling you, you got to have your own show.
Yeah.
Hey man, like I know, like honestly, I know a couple amateur wrestlers, and we used to do another little podcast once before with wrestling, and that's where I met Thunder Rosa. So hey, I'm open to it. I get a little money, maybe I can. Wing wing. Anybody want to sponsor?
Yes, indeed, man. Okay, what y'all think about Drew McIntyre taking out CM Punk in Chicago, like getting his lick back? What you think, Aaron?
Deserved, needed. I mean, for too long, or not for too long, but like as long as the story's been going along, you know, Drew has always been taking the shots. Punk's gotten him every time. So
Yes.
for Drew to come out like in his hometown and really make that work, that was good. I mean, he needed that as far as, and the story needed it to kind of continue. So I was okay with it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. What you think, Jay?
Man, I was freaking time because Punk was giving me the Mercedes Monet effect. Like you talking too much, bro. Like, are you cleared? Are you not cleared? Like,
exactly what Tuja said. It's unhealthy now.
Like,
Yep.
like, come on now. Like, come on, man. Like, I understand you got the gift of gab, but you costing Drew at home. You cost him at WrestleMania. You think the Scottish psychopath, and I'm very hyped up on the psychopath. Like I told you earlier, I like no homo, big meaty men. You know what I'm saying? That can move. And Drew McIntyre is that him as a heel. Oh my God! I feel for everybody in the WWE because he is unstoppable as a heel.
Yeah.
So Tuesday he's been healthy since Mania.
Huh?
He's just dragging this thing out to SummerSlam.
Oh, okay, all right, that makes sense. Because I also heard that somebody's supposed to come back now that he mentioned her name and their dog to help CM Punk win against him.
Okay. So
yeah.
Huh?
What you say? I didn't hear you.
He's gonna have his wife come back, huh?
Yeah, I mean the fans would love it if AJ come back, even if it's a one-off. Think about the ratings.
About that. I need some Larry. Bring on Larry.
Right. I mean, she could show up with Larry and.
So, all right. Kevin Nash said in the interview, CM Punk's getting hurt too much.
I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
CM Punk, he had 2 major injuries in AEW just months apart from each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, he's getting old. He can't do what he used to do anymore. So him wanting to be that star, that number one guy, that face, he cannot be that being what he used to be, that straight edge. I guarantee you he's not straight edge no more. I guarantee you he's popping some pain pills, taking some injections or some type of medication because he's getting fragile.
Yeah, I mean, he's hurt a lot. Like if he would have been an NFL player, the team would have moved on. Like, I mean,
Yes.
Right.
but honestly, I don't want to say it's not a big deal if he gets hurt, but because it is, but he's almost just as valuable outside of the ring with commentary, you know, any kind of promotional work they need done, interviews to bring on the, with people like Chris Van Vliet or, Busted Open or wherever they want to put him. He sells the brand and he does it
Yep.
well because he's got a following and, that love, he could endorse freaking, I don't know, just Starbucks and they could do a CM Punk coffee and like fans would go crazy for it.
Oh yeah.
They just love him, So I mean, he is hurt, but they do make the most of it, And plus, you really hadn't factored in like he's got a lot of experience. So somebody like him, while he's hurt, if he goes down the performance center and he coaches a little bit, and gives some backstage mentorship, that stuff's valuable and needed. So I do miss him in the ring, but you still get him on TV, which is good to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, to speak upon real quick what you said, he could sell anything. Y'all remember he had an ice cream?
Yes.
Yeah,
He sold the hell out that ice cream.
Bring it back. Bring it back, man. All right. Nakamura is going to be working in UFC 303. It's going to be in the corner of another fighter. So Jay, I'll see Nakamura in real life working.
Right. I mean, honestly, he fits that style. I could see him in that octagon. I mean, it might be like CM Punk career, but I can see him in the octagon.
Yeah. So he's definitely
You know,
probably sparring and working out with these guys on a regular basis just to keep in shape and everything like that. So Nakamura, that's what we're talking about. Shinsuke Nakamura.
right. And I could also see, I remember back when he was cutting those promos from his gym, he had like this UFC type of mat and gloves and stuff in the background, So I could see him doing some of that, some kickboxing, some grapple work. Like he does it in the ring already.
Exactly. That's why they kind of shoot fight when they're in the ring like that. So
Right. And then also who else you could send over there better to, promote inter brand promotions. You know what I'm saying? Shinsuke is that perfect fit.
Yep. Exactly. So Dijak's WWE contract has expired. I'm hearing rumors about TNA, maybe AEW. Aaron, what would you do if you were him?
I wouldn't go to AEW. I wouldn't do it. If they were more consistent with their, with the people they sign, I'm not going to go there, have my 15 minutes of fame, and then just not work for 6 months because I can't get on TV. TNA makes a lot of sense to me.
Yes.
Especially, when they're right there and he can still do crossover work in WWE. And if they have something coming back over, maybe he wants to re-sign and they can repackage him again. I really miss the days of those Keith Lee, Dijakovic matches.
Yes.
That,
Yes.
you just didn't want them to ever stop. And, we lost that and then they repackaged him as Dijak with some kind of, I don't even know what he was supposed to be. Was it like a cop or was it like a
yeah, I wasn't clear on that at all.
Yeah.
He was so I mean, it kind of did. He was supposed to be like this this badass and what you call those things?
See, that's
Not a
my
private,
point. The whole
Dunne?
damn
not a
time, like you
private
don't know
detective,
either.
not a private detective, but damn, I forgot what the hell it's called. But he
Monk?
beat the shit out you. He find you and beat the shit out you.
Like a vigilante.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, yeah, they needed to further explain why. I still don't understand the gimmick. Like I don't. It didn't add up. Like his actions and the gimmick didn't add up. He looks like a corrupt cop or something. Like I couldn't
he
figure it
definitely
out.
did. It's
And
especially with the what you call that thing the cops have,
with the
especially with
nightstick,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
with the knife stick.
yeah, I couldn't understand it. Like, why couldn't he have just been himself? I don't need him to be T-Bar. I don't need him to be Dijak. I need him to be Dominic Dijakovic. Like that. That's fine. And
Well, that Dijak character was his idea,
Hmm.
he
so he
see,
had full creative on that.
yep. Sometimes you gotta listen to somebody else because that was not it. That was not it. Not
I mean,
it.
I like Dominic Dijakovic too. Like, I was just surprised when he just came back as Dijak. I'm like, usually when they take a wrestler's first name,
Yeah.
it's the end for their career.
Yeah. Pretty
Um,
much.
and with the T-bar thing, that like, oh my God, that's just way the hell out there. That was in a time where WWE didn't make no damn sense.
Yeah.
But it's sad that he, leaving because I do love him as an entertainer in WWE. Like he have had probably the most fight forever matches in NXT,
Hmm.
you
Probably.
know, and I loved when he was beefing with the Don, when the family was born, they had
Yeah.
what was it, a crowbar match?
It was something.
Then
I
they then
can't
they had
remember. Yeah.
a cell match or something like that. It was like a whole 3 match storyline, and it was forever. It was awesome, man. But he posted this thing on Twitter or X or whatever it's called, and he just was like report. They stopped talking to him after WrestleMania. He didn't even want to
Yeah.
move. He didn't even want to move up to the main roster. They just told him he was going to move up to the main roster. You know,
Yeah. They
he was
didn't
like
do
he just
anything
did.
for him.
He said top executive told him he's doing some of the best work of his career. They lowballed him a couple different times, and they just dropped the ball with it. They stopped talking to him,
Yeah.
and he said those things. You know, he's gonna be Dijak going forward. Just to let you know, he's gonna be Dijak going forward. And what I found interesting about it, because I caught the post when he first did it, and it had like 4 likes on it. The number one like, you would have never guessed who it was. Oh, you might.
Tony Khan?
Yes. Biggest cup, Tony Khan.
Smart. I mean, he's a guy you don't have to train. He's ready to go. Just
Exactly. You could just put him in.
Speaking of which, are y'all buying into this? It's in the water. I don't know. Shane McMahon to AEW. Are you
yeah. We
hearing this?
I can see it.
like yesterday, last week, but Tony Khan did say Shane McMahon is welcome.
I think Tony
Yeah.
Khan will let anybody come on his damn show. You
Yeah.
got
I mean,
He's
the
got people
most
coming on that I've never
faces.
even heard of from like wearing a trash bag or I don't even know what this dude that MJF is fighting is. I can't pronounce his name. Is it Huevos Rancheros or whatever the hell he is? I don't understand. The door is not forbidden. They should just keep it shut because they brought over anybody that I mean, they got Tanahashi and they got Hiromu Takahashi, but and Naito, I guess. But
Yeah.
take those 3 out, They signed Ibushi. I hadn't seen him in like 5 years. I don't know what the hell happened to him. He went MIA. I don't know if he's hurt or not. And then, they got Okada, which, thank God that he's friends with the Bucks, so he'll actually get TV time.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, this is right here. Shane will die in AEW. They'll put him up in the match against Darby Allin. He's gonna be dead.
I think they'll both die. They
They
will
would
try
definitely
to,
both die.
because Darby Allin will come back and be like, man, I got ran over by a bus. And Shane will be like, I got run over by a double decker bus. And, whatever. Like, I'll see your
That is
bus and I'll
definitely
get hit by a
Shane.
plane or train or,
Yeah,
I don't know.
like I definitely see if Shane, like honestly, I don't see him coming back and doing ring work. With him hopping in the ring and just sliding in the ring and tearing both ACLs, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like I don't see him getting back in the ring wrestling. Just if he get back in the ring, it's gonna be very minimum bumps.
40 plus.
But right,
But they're doing this whole executive EP. They're having all these issues. If they brought him in and he was like Tony Khan's like general
Yes.
manager or whatever, it'd be great.
yes,
It would
and
be
that's what I was
amazing.
kind of looking forward to, like him being like a general manager, him probably getting the young bucks in the elite in general in order. Like, look, y'all can't do this. I don't know what y'all thought this was, but I'm Shane McMahon. Well, it'll be interesting. Do you think he's going to keep his last name, or would he just be Shane?
That's something else. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about that. Does WWE own the rights to Shane McMahon, like the name? Is it
I would say
trademarked?
so. I think
So,
all of McMahon's are trademarked.
so is he just gonna be? Is he gonna pull a Cody Rhodes and just
Shane
be
O'Mac. I
Shane?
mean, hey, that works. Shane O'Mac works.
Yeah, Shane O'Mac. Yeah. But WWE got the rights to that name. Because it's on one of their shirts. It's on their merchandise.
But let's be honest. He'll call Stephanie and Nick Khan and be like, "Okay, just give him a damn name." Like, I mean,
I don't think that's
it's
gonna
not
work.
like one of those Cody things where they were like, there was a drudge. He's a McMahon.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
They
he may
gave
have to
Cody
pay
his
for
name
it.
back.
He
You're
may
right.
have to pay for it, but
Because when
I
Cody
don't think so.
it was just Cody. And then eventually let him have Cody Rhodes. So
yeah.
Right. Right. But I don't really think it is that simple with Shane and Stephanie. I don't think they really have a good, yeah, they're brother and sister, but I don't really think they have like a good working relationship, especially when it comes down to the company. Because look at it. Who's taking charge of the company? Stephanie and Triple H. This is Mr. McMahon's baby boy. His first son or whatever.
but he walked
Why?
away.
Let me tell you something. I think
So
he
does
knew what
Stephanie.
Vince was doing a long time ago, and he left. I really
Well,
think that might have had something to do with it.
Exactly.
it came out that all of them knew that. Stephanie said she always thought about it, but she didn't know exactly. So what I just heard was you knew, you just didn't want to destroy y'all company.
Yeah.
Because if they did not sell to TKO, if it would have still been within the family, they would have lost so much revenue. They would have lost that company. So that's why I say everything was strategically planned. Vince McMahon knew he was about to get sued. And he sat down with his team, they weighed out the options, and this is what happened. Because come on now, how you gonna sell all his shares? Like he sold all his shares.
Right.
Yeah. He's a billionaire, like multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Who defecated on a woman's head. Like,
I think he did more than that.
I don't know. Look, we don't talk about this stuff, but like, You know, whatever you're into is what you're into, as long as you ain't hurting nobody. But damn it, that is hurting somebody. She didn't ask for that.
Maybe she did. Like from what I heard, she was a willing participant in a lot of things that she done. Like just being honest, just reading some of it, it's like, come on now, you knew this. You agreed to these terms. You knew this man had a wife. You know, you knew all this stuff, but you agreed to do this. I mean, I get it. We don't talk about these things, and I swear I'm gonna keep it short and simple because I don't want to. I definitely don't want to get canceled. But you know, you a female. You know what I'm saying? Just hear me out. You're a woman, a grown woman at that, and a billionaire tells you he want to have a side relationship with you. You know this man have a wife. You know, I'm married myself. I take a vow before God. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep that vow. You know,
Yeah.
the morals that you have, that showed that you didn't care. You just were in it for the money. So I feel like you can't me too me at that moment. You can't do those things because you agreed to be his sex slave. Because what else you gonna be? He has a wife at home. The man has grown ass kids and grandkids. He probably got grandkids your age.
Yes, indeed.
So,
And that was the first thing I kind of thought of. Like, all right, first of like when all this stuff came out, I just kind of thought, okay, first of all, you have a daughter.
mhm.
What would you think about somebody doing that to Stephanie? And then I know that Stephanie and Paul have girls, you know.
Yeah,
So now
yep.
you think about your grandkids, or maybe you didn't at all, and maybe you was just like, I'm just nasty, dirty old man. But you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the last time that Vince and Linda probably slept in the same bed. It's probably been since like the '80s. I don't
Exactly.
know. They seem to have been long estranged from everything that I've heard and read. Sounds like it's one of
I'm
those that's
finding it
just
all
cheaper
out
to
now.
keep her.
There's no need to stay married now. So
Oh yeah, there's
Well, there it is. That $1 billion.
billions of dollars.
Like that's one thing. And one thing I say about women, they get a meal ticket, they gonna latch on to it. They know when to let it go. They know when to keep it.
I
And
will say this though. I will say this. He's worth
Mhm.
like $3 billion, right? Let's say
Right.
she gets half. He's in his late 70s, early 80s. I don't remember how old he is. But even if he wasn't,
I'm enough to spend all that money.
isn't $1.5 billion the same as $3 billion?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you're never gonna spend it.
Exactly.
Well,
It's crazy, but
when you got those type of people, and they're used to living a certain way, and they separate, and this is proven with any like major couple or whatever you want to say, celebrity couple. Um, she moves on, right? She got to buy a whole new house, got to buy all new cars. Let's say she want to get a new wardrobe. She go out to eat. She got butler services. She got this. She got that. So now you're doing that two ways now, and now that money is gonna be like gonna go two times as fast.
You
So
still ain't
I
gonna
can
get
see.
$3 billion. I mean, you ain't
oh,
getting close.
it's a
I
lot
mean,
of
I
damn.
don't know. You might make some bad investments. Who
I
You
guess
have to
knows?
make a
you
ton of
know,
them.
I can give it away.
You would have to go to Vegas, bet
On
on
any,
black, and lose. Like that's, you know.
yeah,
I
that's
mean, I just, I don't know. Like you'd have to.
But
They
I
should
will
put
say
you in the
this:
Guinness Book of World Records if you blow $3 billion.
Linda McMahon has her own business endeavors as well. You know, I mean, I know she was representing Trump at one point in time. She's like, dealing with the campaigns.
Yeah.
So, she got money now.
More money.
So she can separate if she want to.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up on NXT. What do you guys think of the potential matchup between Wesley and Obafemi for the North American title? What would you think, Jay?
I'm going to rest in the West. I'm going with Wesley in that match, because David got to conquer Goliath at some point. You know what I'm saying? And he has shown that he can compete with the best, and all it takes is one cardiac kick, just one. Yeah. And he could not, he's going to do more than one on Obafemi, but, this is going to be his coming out party, his coming out party. And ain't no way to do it better than taking out that giant, immovable object. Yeah. So it's going to be an entertaining match, and I can't wait to see Wesley with that North American title on his shoulder, because like they say, they're making a lot of claims that he is, it's not a claim, it's a fact. He is the greatest North American champion ever. He's in the record books, and Obafemi wants to take that record out, but he's not going to stop Wes.
Aaron, you think Wesley got a chance?
I don't know. I could see it either way, but I think the loser goes on to fight Trick Williams. It makes too much sense. Either Wesley wins his North American title back, and Obafemi then goes on to wrestle. I'm assuming he's going to beat the young OG, and I could see.
Well, it's a fatal 4-way match
Trick
now.
Williams. Well, I'm just kind of seeing how it's going to go. Then I could see Wesley maybe versus the young OG for the North American title, and kind of
that would be lovely.
Yeah, kind of flip flopping it, and then maybe it's kind of close, but you could probably bring him up after SummerSlam if you don't have anything left. Maybe move Trick Williams to the main roster.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you on that. I am, but also, like, once he's done with, like, say he fights Obafemi, there's not a whole lot left for him to do. I mean,
I would say do the Carmelo Hayes effect. See what really gonna make him go to that next level is who he is without that championship. And don't get me wrong, he has a lot of charisma. He has the gift of gab. He has the ring work. He's a young Booker T in training. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And honestly, I want to see how he comes back from losing that title. Because they're gonna put him up against Obafemi, maybe, if it's Obafemi, maybe 2 or 3 times. And when he can't get it done, how is he gonna come back from that? Because it happened to all the greats. It happened to Carmelo Hayes. It happened to Braun Breaker. It happened to Shawn Michaels, Triple H. All the greats in the wrestling history has happened to them. So if Trick Williams is gonna be that number one guy, like I know he will be, he got to come back from that title loss.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
We had Sol Ruka defeat Ariana Grace. I think Ariana Grace is pretty entertaining too.
Yes.
But she's going to end up taking up Sol Ruka, that is, going to take on Kalani Jordan for the NXT North American Championship for the women's side. So this can be a pretty good matchup between two athletic ladies. Jay, what's your thoughts on this one?
Everybody know. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, entertainment wise, NXT has been that brain for me. Like, I've been so stuck on NXT for a while now, and it's mainly because I don't know none of these people. It's just learning them and seeing what they can do, and like, oh my god, like Kalani Jordan, the winner of the women's North American title match. you know, because I seen her athletic ability, but also I said it was a chance Solo Ruka could have won it. And my God, that soul snatcher,
Oh man, that's crazy move.
she messed up on it. I don't know if you've seen on NXT Tuesday night. She messed up on it going for it the first time. And then she went for it that second time. It was like so smooth.
Yeah. That's gonna be the new RKO.
Yes, definitely.
Pop the crowd every pay-per-view or whatever.
And far as the match, like it's two faces against each other, but it's like they're popular faces, so it matches well. You know, the pop is going to be big on it because both of them are athletic as hell. But I still have Kalani Jordan winning over Solo Ruka.
Yeah. Aaron, what's your thoughts?
I love both these women. I do. I'm very high on both of them. Like you said, they're really athletic. That Soul Snatcher is just an amazing thing to watch. Like the first time I saw it, I about fell out of my chair.
Yeah.
You know, I'm high on both of them. I could, see them doing big things. You know, you take young women like these two, the Tiffany Strattons, the Roxanne Perez. You know, eventually you move them up, and
Yes.
you really they're. It's gonna sound kind of weird, but in some kind of weird way, the four horsewomen kind of walked so they could run. Like the four
Yes.
horsewomen also had their, they could look at people like Sensational Sherry and, Alundra Blaze and, in those lists. But, in this new generation, they really paved the way and, made NXT so good that, it
Yes.
became a brand for people to watch. And they made it easier for them to come up and to be recognized. And so, when you see like a Charlotte Flair or a Bailey fight Tiffany Stratton, fight a Kalani Jordan, it really is that it's coming full circle, and it's really a cool thing to see.
Yeah.
Right. And that was one of the reasons why I was high on the Becky and Tiffany Stratton match. Like,
Yeah, I loved the Becky and Valkyria match. That was
oh
good.
yeah, that one too. That was another one. Like, to be honest with you, the women, I love the future of women's professional wrestling. I love it. You know,
Looking
it
bright.
is. Look at who?
Looking bright. I mean, future's bright for all of it. You're right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I honestly, I see the women matches. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, on NXT, I'm looking more forward to the women matches than the men. I mean, it's nothing personal, but I just love what's going on in the women's evolution, revolution, advancement in the wrestling world, period.
I'm still waiting on our all women PLE. Like we need another one.
They're not gonna do it again because it's so low. Like, that was probably their worst selling PLE,
Really?
which I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But it was like their worst selling PLE.
The PLEs are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised we haven't had a Mae Young Classic in a while.
Yeah, like something.
Now that I'm
Well,
thinking about it.
they're bringing all those things. They're bringing all those things, working those things back in. NXT just been so hot lately. Like, they just had the both breakout tournaments. They just had the Dusty Rhodes Cup for the men. So we're waiting on a Mae Young Classic and the women's Dusty Rhodes Cup.
The main roster also needs a women's mid card title. They really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's what they're testing it for. They're trying to see, because the AEW is high right now with their women's main card title. And if you think about it, every time another promotion does something, WWE comes right back behind them and do it years later. Like you had the TNA Knockouts tag team titles first, and about 5-6 years later, you had the women's tag team titles. So is this coming sooner or later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. Okay, well, that's the last topic I got. You guys got anything else we wrap this thing up?
You know me. You know me, I always have something up my sleeve.
Uh-huh.
But there was reports coming out that Becky Lynch has retired.
Oh, retired.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's retired. You know, she just want to take some time out for, you know, for the foreseeable future. She's retired. That, you know, she want to take time out to spend time with her daughter and raise her daughter and, you know, be a wife to Seth, you know, and it kind of makes sense, you know, let her husband take that man lead role, which, you know, like I said, I'm not sexist, but, you know, that's just, you know, how things work in the households. And honestly, I'm sad to see her go. I really am. You know, I hope she's not retired for long, which I hope she gets that itch real quick, because I would love to see 3 of the horsewomen get back together for either a match against each other or just to take on some, you know, take on a new school.
We got to get a horsewoman reunion, right?
Yeah, but I don't see it happening while Mone is in AEW.
Well, yeah. I mean, but the contract's got to expire eventually. So,
well, Mone got what, life? 5 to life over there at AEW.
It's like a 5-year deal. Usually, when you sign with AEW. Usually.
That's if she don't get hurt.
Yeah. What you think, Aaron?
I'm already tired of her in AEW. Like I'm ready for her WWE run. Like I'm ready for Sasha Banks to come back. I don't like this Mercedes Mone, whatever she is. I'm over it. Becky Lynch retiring. You got to think about it. I mean, the more you sit here and you think about it, it makes sense. What's there left for her to do? I mean, wrestle women, make more money. She's already headlined WrestleMania. She's already been a multiple time
Fights.
women's champion. You know, she's a Hall of Famer. There's nothing left for her to do. So it's not like they need the money. I mean, Seth's raking it in. So go home and raise your kid. He'll have another one. I don't know. Do what you want to do. But yeah, there's, you know, I'd like to see her come back. But man, if she just wants to be a mom to her kid, man, you can't hate on that. That's awesome.
I think
Right.
he's going to give her a part-time contract and she'll work her Brock Lesnar schedule eventually when she
I
gets
can see
near
that. I can see that.
She gonna
with
get a shot at
AJ
Flair.
too. Her and AJ working a part-time
Yeah.
schedule once, twice a year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's it.
And that came on the heels of her being like, she made her debut in that all green outfit. I know we all remember it 12 years ago. So it's kind of like a full, you know, 12 years ago yesterday, I believe. And
that's
you
what I
know,
want
it's
to
kind
say.
of like a what's up?
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, you know, that comes, you know, it's a full circle moment. She debuted 12 years ago, and then that report came out that she was talking, saying she was retired or whatnot. So, you know, good luck in her future endeavors. Hope to see you back in the wrestling ring soon. But what you got there?
Hey, props to Rhea Ripley and Buddy Murphy got married.
Yeah,
So,
he's all
Yeah.
with that. Uh-huh.
yep. So
Sir.
props to them.
Yes, sir.
Maybe the
Yeah.
House of Black will come to WWE because they're wildly being misused in AEW.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, I was high on Malachi.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
I was high on him. And if y'all notice, Selena did his move. What that was last week? She picked her opponent up with her foot. Like, I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's her real life husband.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep.
I'm high on Julia Hart. I'll tell you that damn much. Comes out in that all black. I'm like, damn.
Yep.
She looks crazy looking, and she can wrestle. Like, I mean, I mean, she is hot, but like she's like her whole like mood is like pretty awesome. So I think they should all
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Ricky Stark's still under contract, just not being used by AEW, just sitting on the bench. That's really it.
Just dumb.
Yep. Yeah, it's another thing I had noticed. Green shirt guy hadn't been there in a few weeks. Anybody notice that?
I haven't
And-
looked. I just always assume he's going to be there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I hadn't seen him. A few shows.
I will say this: if MJF doesn't come to Little Rock, I'm burning down Simmons Arena. Like I'm just doing it.
I can tell you they're not promoting it, so he probably ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, because they promoted the Memphis show,
Yes,
and I thought, you son of a bitch, if you don't show up, I'm gonna be so
Yes.
mad.
yes, I agree.
If I've got to watch freaking 5 guys I've never even heard of beat the crap out of each other, and I don't get an MJF promo, I am going to be sick. I want my $37 back, or however much I sent you for that ticket. Like I need it. I have better things to do with my money than watch Juventude's grandson beat the crap out of somebody else's name I can't pronounce and a mask I don't care about. Like I don't understand. Get it together, Tony Khan. Get it together.
I agree with that, man. Okay. So let's wrap this thing up, man. Really good week of wrestling. We're gonna have Forbidden Door this weekend on a Sunday. Make sure you get your nap because it's gonna be a long show, but it should be entertaining. AEW does their thing on pay-per-view. So
Is it like 7 hours long?
yeah, it will be.
Oh God, man.
I'm saying get your nap so you know
Cody,
what you
you
are.
understand? People have to work on Monday. Like nothing, man.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. So get ready for it, Aaron. Okay, you've been warned.
I'm gonna pack a lunch.
That's it. That's
Lord.
it. All right. So we appreciate everybody commenting and joining us tonight on Best in the World. Aaron, appreciate you joining us. Thanks to Jay for also joining us. I'm your host, Dale, and we out this thing. Kenny Omega, take us out.
Must meet you too. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night. Bang! Yes!
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.